Hi guys. I'm making a short notes video because I was actually teaching my trying to do notes with my seventh graders, my fifth period, and the document camera kept freezing. So I was going to teach live, but I do think that I need to actually do the video lesson, which I do know that most of you actually like better. So today's notes is actually going to be on page 28. We're going to talk about the area of rectangle, square, and triangles, and talk a little bit about area of composite figures, which means like two areas of two different polygons, such as like a rectangle and a triangle put together, okay? Also, we're going to talk a little bit about the perimeter, which is the distance around the outside of a polygon, which you actually should already know what to do, okay? Now, on page 27, they give you some areas and some key facts that you do need to know. So I just want to point out a few things. First of all area units are squared units. What that means is when you write your unit at the end, you put unit to the second power, or you can spell out squared inches or square centimeters, square feet, or you can just put the square on the top after the unit, okay? All perimeters are unit to the first power or simply the unit itself. Two of the formulas out of the three that I'm going to talk about is actually here. The rectangle is length times width. The area of a rectangle is length times width. Area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2, or sorry, where's my pen that I wanted to use? I don't see it. Okay, or area is, oh gosh, area is half times base times height. They mean the same thing. Base times height divided by 2 is same as 1/2 times base times height. Half means that multiplying by 1/2 means same as dividing by 2. And then there's actually another one, which is the area of a square. So actually, let me just write that here as well, although we're going to do it on the other page too, which is area equals side times side, or that same area can be written as area equals side to the second power, because that means the same as side times side. Okay, so this is on page 27. Okay. All right, so let's go to page 28 and take notes. So the same formula, area of a rectangle is area is length times the width. Okay, I do cursive letter L. So like, let's say here's the length and here's the width. Let's say the length is 8 inches and the width is 5 inches. Okay, then this is the work that you need to take. Okay, and I actually, please don't just do 8 times 5 and say, oh, it's 40. This work is important. Okay, start with the formula, area equals length times width. Then you substitute area equals 8 inches times 5 inches. Then the answer, area equals 8 times 5 is 40. And then inches times inches, that is why it is inches to the second power. And then you box the answer. And that's how to find the area of the rectangle. Now, what about the area of a square? The formula is area equals side times side, or area equals side to the second power. I'll show you why those are the same. This is actually a better formula, side to the second power, okay? So the reason instead of using length and width, the reason you use the word side is this. You can actually think of area of a square as length times width as well. It works the same way, but because you know how in a square, all of the four sides are the same. So there's no reason for you to differentiate. One is the length and one is the width. That's why we just call them all sides, because they all have the same measurement in a square, okay? Let's just say this side is 4 centimeters, and this side is obviously also 4 centimeters. I don't even need to write it again because that means all of the sides are 4 centimeters. So then this is how you do. Area equals side to the second power, or side times side, okay? Area equals 4 centimeters to the second power. Now, that is 4 centimeter times 4 centimeters, right? Side times side. Same thing as side to the second power. Area equals 4 times 4 is 16. Centimeter times centimeter is centimeter to the second power. And that's the answer. Okay. Now, area of a triangle is area equals, I'm going to use the easier one, which is the base times height divided by 2. But I do want you to know that it is the same as half times base times height. Same formula. Okay, one thing you need to be careful about the base and the height is this. You need to know which one's the base and which one's the height. Okay, I think it does make a pretty good sense to you guys to say that this is the base. The thing you got to be careful about the height is this. This cannot be the height. Height has to form 90 degrees with the base. Because, you know, height measures how tall something is. The height cannot be slanted. It has to be perpendicular to the ground, the base. So in this case, the 14 is the base, and it has to be a lower letter. And the 8 inches is the height, okay? So then this is how you find the area of this triangle. Area equals base times height divided by 2. I just copied the formula. Now I'm going to substitute. Area equals 14 inches times 8 inches divided by 2. Okay, you can use a calculator. Okay, area equals 14 times 8 is 112. Inches times inches is inches to the second power divided by 2. So finally, area equals 112 divided by 2 is 56 inches to the second power. And that is the area. Okay. Now, why did I have 2 other examples? It is because I want to make sure that you guys understand the correct base and the height. So here the 12 is the base, and notice this dotted line is the height of the triangle, 90 degrees, and it also goes from the base to the highest point of the triangle. So here's the height, here's the base. Formula, area equals base times height divided by 2. Substitution, area equals 12 meters times 10.4 meters divided by 2. Area equals, let me do 12 times 10.4, which is 124.8 meter to the second power divided by 2. And so when you divide by 2, you get 62.4 meters to the second power. That's the area of that triangle. Okay, I'm not going to do the third one, but I want to let you know what's the base and the height. The base is from here to here. So the base is 8.5 inches. But look at the height, okay? The height is right here, 14 inches. That's the height. Yes, the height of the triangle in this type of triangle can be outside of the triangle, okay? Doesn't matter because look, this is the highest point, this is the lowest point. It doesn't matter where you start. Even if you start here, to measure the height, you would have to go 90 degrees up all the way up here, right? Just like right here, okay? So remember, height has to be 90 degrees from the base. So these are the two numbers that you're going to use, okay? All right, couple more things. Perimeter. How do you find the perimeter? Because the perimeter, oh, what is this? The perimeter is also on your quiz's homework, okay? The perimeter of a any kind of polygon is basically this. The perimeter is the distance around the outside of a polygon, such as right here. Measuring the distance around all of the sides of a polygon. So if I measure all of these sides, that will be the perimeter. If I know all three sides and I measure all three sides of a triangle, that would be the perimeter. So let me give you just a verbal description, and then I'm going to show the work on the left side for the perimeter of this rectangle, okay? So I'm going to draw the rectangle, and that is 8 inches by 5 inches. That doesn't mean the perimeter is 8 plus 5, okay? The perimeter is adding up all of the sides of a polygon. So you need to know that this is also 8 inches and 5 inches. So you need to do 8 inches plus 5 inches plus 8 inches plus 5 inches, or in any order, just adding all the sides. So 13 plus 13, 26, and you're not multiplying the inches, so you're not doing it to whatever power. 8 inches plus 5 inches is 13 inches, plus 8 inches, 21 inches, plus 5 inches is 26 inches. Perimeter, the unit is just the unit to the first power. You don't raise it to a different power. So here would be the perimeter. Same thing with a square or triangle. You simply add up all of the sides, okay? All right, now we're gonna go to page 29. You're gonna have a few problems that look like this. Finding the area of a composite figure, okay? So then what you need to do is you need to break them apart. So for example, I have a rectangle here, which is 15 by 6. And I have a square here, which is 6 by 6. Find those areas separately and add them up. Let me demonstrate one. So first, this rectangle, the area is length times width. And just to make it a little bit easier for you, I'm gonna skip the units and put it at the end, okay? So area is 15 times 6, which is 90 square feet. But I have this area of the square, which is side to the second power, which is 6 to the second power, which is 36. And then the unit is feet to the second power. Once you get that, you gotta combine those two areas. So my combined area is 90 plus 36, 126 square feet. And that's how to find the area of a composite figure. How would I find the area of this one? Well, I see a rectangle. and I see a triangle. But we're going to have to talk a little bit about the triangle. So let's actually find the area of the rectangle first. Area of the rectangle is length times width, which is 16 times 7. Remember, this 8 is part of the rectangle, but not the whole length. Okay? So 16 times 7, the area is 112 square centimeters. Yeah. Okay? What about the area of a triangle? Base times height divided by 2, which is, here's the thing. Hey, look. I know this is 16, but my base of the triangle is only from here to here. How do I figure that out? Well, this is 16, and they're saying this is 8. So if I do 16 minus 8, that gives me the base. So the base is 8. What about the height? Well, from here to here is 13. But I know that from here to here is 7. So to figure out my height, which is right here, I need to do 13 minus 7. So my height right here is 6 divided by 2. That is 48 divided by 2, which is 24 centimeters square. So my combined area is 112 centimeters square plus 24 centimeters square. So that is 136 centimeters square. That would be my combined area. Okay. All right. So when you guys get stuck on the homework, I will help you on quizzes. So I will end the notes right there to make sure that it's not too long. Okay. All right. Thank you.